A man named Birtles made our country as he rode and bicycled his way around Australia. But it was Onger and Dutton who first crossed Australia, Adelaide to Darwin, in a British Talbot Durack. Birtles and driver Sid Ferguson took their brush car from Perth to Sydney the hard way, staying close to the telegraph line, in case they needed to winch the car out of the sand and the saltbush bogs, which happened too often. They also used the railway tracks. It was the age of steam power. Even steam cars roamed the streets, not popular and scaring the horses.
And so the young, the old, the brave and the completely crazy set off for a quick spin to Sydney. The truly amazing thing is that some of these people had done it before, 25 years ago, and yet still wanted to do it all again. Back in '68, the man of the moment was Andrew Cowan and his Hillman Hunter.
The first car to circumnavigate Australia was the 1932 Hillman Minx. A tough task, but with a fitting name. Cheeky and purty for such a tiny engine. This story was well documented by William Hatfield in his famous book, Australia Through the Windscreen. On this same 1932 reconnaissance mission, he gathered notes to provide the routes company with information on a potential Red X trial route. The first British cars to come to Australia were the Talbots and Humbers. The Talbots crisscrossed Australia, soon proving you could travel the vast country by car. Their reliability was amazing. Those cars set numerous timed records city to city across some of Australia's worst wasteland.
This is Government House in Perth, where soon 40 cars will take off on a tribute to the centenary of the first car that left from Perth to Sydney 100 years ago. 4,000 kilometres they'll travel in a great adventure across Australia. About being in the open, travelling across the Great Southern Road.
Really excited about it. The weather is so beautiful, and I said I'm going to get through this trip with my sense of humour and a case of wine.
Especially in these old early automobiles like this, it's quite a endeavour to take something like this on.
Well, good luck.
Well, thank you. We might need some.
Well, there's a forward gear first there,
yes,
then a second forward, and then a reverse.
Bernard Holmes, who's here from the United Kingdom, is driving what is believed to be the original brush car in this centennial reenactment of that event. It's believed to be the one that was driven in the first place 100 years ago by Sid Ferguson. I also understand waited 28 days. When you think of that, and think of the fact that there were no sealed roads to cross, and there was not much in the way to signposts to guide them. It was an extraordinary achievement. Those taking part in this grand adventure today, travelling across just as Ferguson did 100 years ago. Now, as entrant number one, I call upon you to now start your mighty brush car.
Back in the 1950s, the normally unappealing combination of rough roads and long distances inspired a spasm of extraordinary motoring contests. There have been others since, but those early marathon car rallies aroused staggering levels of it.
Peter Brock finding out why the final stage was named The Fat Lady Sings.
Oh, Peter!
my car protest immediately.
Well, Sonny, I can sing to you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, you finished your little wonder, you're a ripper. Big kiss for me.
For Andrew Cowan, winner in 68 and 77, it was bittersweet. He was still a hero to the fans that wanted to say hello and greeted the drivers at Homebush.
Yeah, no, you got here.
I'll tell you if you're here.
Thanks, Andrew.
25 years earlier, Cowan had won. At Sydney's Warwick Farm Racecourse, it was the quiet Scot, along with Colin Malkin and Brian Doyle, who took the £10,000 prize.
What was it like?
Long, fun trip.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
The first British cars to come to Australia were the Talbots and Humbers.
Fields of gold, kangaroos galore, from east to west, on Great Southern Road.